Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to A Woman's Souls Restored. I am Patricia Elizabeth Wiggins-Plummer.
I am Tamara Brown Hodges. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how to cope with Christmas holidays. We're just going to give a few tips on what we can do to cope with the Christmas holidays that's coming up next week.
All right. Merry Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas. So we ready for the holidays. We ready for Christmas. We know that Christmas, Jesus is the reason for the season, but we have a lot of other things going on. So you want to start us out, Tricia, with a tip?
Sure. This is a lot of people say the most wonderful time of the year. A lot of people gather family gatherings, and a lot of people do parties and different things like that. We want to keep in mind that Jesus is the reason, he's the reason why we do it, but we also want to keep in mind of the love and the camaraderie with our friends, family, and loved ones, and also keep those people in memory that don't have friends, family, and loved ones. This year, uh, I want to just encourage everybody to not be so stressful because with the holiday, it could cause a lot of stress, money, first of all. And I know all the damage probably is already done because everybody that went and spent their little checks to get those children Christmas gifts and food and getting the house prepared and stuff like that. I know in our culture we get everything. We clean so good and buy different stuff and buy the kids all kind of gifts that they're gonna play with for one day and then put up the next day, you know, or a couple of weeks later. But we just want to encourage you, don't be stressed out. And a lot of that is avoided before Christmas because you can kind of manage money and spending a little differently. But if you spent all your money on Christmas, as a lot of us do, you know, just be joyful that you can spread the cheer of getting kids gifts or your sisters or brothers or your parents gifts or whatever. Just let that encourage you, that you made somebody else happy, even if you spent, a lot of little money, you'll make it back. That's my main focus. I want to encourage everybody just to have the cheer and the joy and to know that God is with us and that God allow you to see the year coming up that, um we uh we have to focus on the positivity of it. The family gatherings, the food, which I love, as you all can see.
Oh,
The food, the fellowship, the oneness. I love family time. That's the most important thing with me is the family time, not more than God, but I think He allow us to get together as family and be able to rejoice together, be able to share some love on one another. Um, that's pretty much from my viewpoint what my focus gonna be on this holiday season.
okay. After that sounds good. And I'm just thinking about the family time and spending time with friends and being able to connect with other people. And also thinking about those who have suffered losses during this time or even before they have loved ones that they are grieving. So we have a lot of that
Mhm.
goes on. So focusing on not grieving, being kind to yourself. It's okay to be joyous. It's also okay to be sad because that's just the human experience that we go
Exactly.
go through during this time of the year. And so it's been recently a lot of even losses here. People's lives have been, taken. And so you have people that's just really, really going through this time of year. So we can be joyous, but we also want to make sure encourage you to take time for yourself. Take a moment to pause. Take a moment to just, sit quietly if you have to, and to just get yourself together because we all grieve. We all have
Yeah.
lost loved ones, but sometimes it's just even heavier during this time of the year. So we want to be able to give you some, give you some tips on and just it's okay to grieve. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be happy, but just not stay there. In that place.
Yeah.
If you are there, know that you can reach out to someone. It's important to connect with someone that's going to get you out of that that I mean you may grieve but just don't be in that place where I'm just so sad, nobody loves me, I'm by myself. You have organizations that do help, with people that are going through or who are grieving, but most importantly,
Yeah.
hopefully if you don't have family, to be able to have a friend. And then sometimes you also have to just detox, from social media, cutting off that phone sometimes, because a lot of times that causes us to grieve, because you see everything
Mhm.
else going on with everybody else. And so you're in a state where, okay, I've lost this person not here this year with me. And then now this person is going through. So you grieving, grieving their losses as well as your own. So sometimes we have to be able to just take a moment to detox. We also have to be able to. Some people like to drink. I don't drink, but some people have a festive drink sometimes during the holidays. We have to be able to have self control. And
Yes.
sometimes drinking will alter our moods, and that'll put you in a state where, hey, I'm missing mom, I'm missing daddy. My kids not here, and nobody love me. So just be mindful of the drinking or whatever else that you do, to kind of cope. Just be mindful not to do too much. Don't overdo anything. As far as even with eating, we talked about that. As far as with Thanksgiving, we passed Thanksgiving, but now here go another holiday where we come together and
Yes.
eat. It's like a comfort for us to be able to get together, have all this good food, but we got to be mindful not to overeat. We got to be mindful not
Yes.
to, undereat. Some people, they don't eat when they're going through the grieving. They just choose not to eat, but then that's just going to make you sick. So we just have to have a balance. And that's what we want to do today. We want to just encourage you all. And then also, we look at the fact that there have been traditions that we've done throughout the years with family and friends. And we get into this war is me. I wasn't able to do that this year because of financial, reasons, or just not even feeling up to it. Or you may have some health issues going on that I'm not able to do this. I used to be able to do that. So we got to remember to be kind to ourselves and just take it one day at a time. I've been telling myself, just take it one moment at a time, because it could be feeling okay in the beginning of the day, or you wake up not feeling so good. And then next thing you know, oh, you may be feeling good and you wake up feeling well, and then all of a sudden you're not feeling your best. So just do what you can and do what's going to work for you. Don't think about all the stuff we did in the past, so that's going to put you in a state where you're going to be sad because I'm not able to do this year. Like even for myself, this year, this would be the first year that I think we haven't put up a Christmas tree. And at first it kind of bothered me. I said, well, we usually put a tree up. But I had to remind myself, it's not about the tree, not
Exactly.
about any of that. So I'm okay with not putting the tree up this year. And so just we have to
Yes.
prepare ourselves, and we said that before, mentally prepare ourselves during this time. And then think about things. If it's not working for you this year, maybe, you could make some changes, adjustment next year. I guess even do
Yes.
something different, try something new. Just whatever it's going to be to make it work, for you. Be active if you can and able. Go outside, get some little fresh air. Do something that you like to do, so that way you won't be so hard on yourself about, I don't have this, I don't have that. This person not here, that person is not here. So those are things that I've been kind of even working on for myself. We being transparent,
Mhm.
and we, kind of be able to practice what is it? Practice what we preach or whatever. We got to put
Exactly.
ourselves first before we can tell somebody else what to do.
Ex-
So things that we go through, we just be practical about it and be honest, and hopefully it'll help somebody else. Even
Yeah.
Christmas is, next week, right around the corner. We just got a few more days before Christmas. So if you see this afterwards, then that it helpful. Hopefully it'll help you even next year. In the future. That it's not about spending all the money, spending all you have, even on food, keeping it simple. I always say a
Yeah.
meal is a meal. Even with the holidays, you don't have to go all out and spend all this money on buying food. Just keep it simple and do what you can. be thankful. That's what it's all about.
Yes,
Thankful,
be thankful.
being grateful for what you have and where you are. And it's me personally, I'm thankful for just life. I say, because a lot of people didn't make it this far. We've been seeing so much going on in
Yeah.
their lives when it comes down to just taking lives unexpectedly. I mean, we know death happens, but just all of the unexpected things that's been happening. So just thankful and grateful. May not be where I would like to be, but I'm thankful to be here. And I'm just grateful. And I have heard people say just recently that it just don't feel Christmassy. It just don't
Yes.
feel Christmassy. And I had to learn that what is Christmassy? And we look at all the people on TV and the advertisements and the movies and stuff like that, and we put that expectation on ourselves that it's not Christmassy.
Yeah.
So that's not. I mean, Christmassy. That's another term that people use that. It's not a joyous occasion. This happened to me. I've lost my job. I'm grieving this person. I don't have the money to buy this. Or, just financial things that's affecting a lot of people. But that shouldn't make it not Christmassy, because
Mhm.
what the season is for. We make it
That's
be
right.
something else that it's really not. This world about what we have or what we don't have. We focus on what we don't have and not focus on what the real reason is for this season. We're celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. And it's not about the
Yeah.
presents. It's not about the food. It's not about any of that. So Christmas is Christmas. Whether you have or you don't have, thank God. I thank God that I'm still here. But
Yeah.
that's just to encourage everyone else, that we have to be thankful. We have to be grateful for what we have and just for life in general. So Christmas is Christmas. Even though
Yeah.
we don't have, we may not have what we want to have, but it's Christmassy. Make it Christmassy. You might go through your
Yes.
little sad and it's a woe is me moment, but you make it how you want it to be you.
Exactly.
Because if you have small children, guess what? They're looking at you and they looking at you and how you respond. Do something and it's not gonna cost a lot of, money or whatever. You still can have family time. You can still, like I said, you can take a walk. Maybe a little cold where y'all, but do something fun with the family. And Trisha mentioned before, taking $5 and being able just to give somebody something, just to being a blessing to somebody.
Yeah.
And that, I think that what else also helps us when we do for others. It may not be much. It should be the thought that counts. And that's how I've always been. Just you thought about me. And even if I don't get anything, just a prayer. I know
Yeah.
I have family, friends, they're just praying for me. And that's what matters. It ain't about what you receive. It's about just being this holiday season, just being thankful, being grateful, and not focusing on the negative things that this world puts out there every day, you know?
Yes. Yes. Tamara, I want to mention something that you said, which is in some forms touchy to a lot of us because a lot of us get detached from our family. You mentioned reaching out earlier. And how per se, I'm gonna ask you a question. How per se would you say somebody that's been distant from a loved one, a sister or a brother or something, and we have these battles in our family, sometimes throughout the year where we stop speaking to loved
Mm.
ones, and I don't want to talk to her, I don't want to talk to him, but then it's time that you kind of feel that void and you like, maybe I should reach out to her or maybe I should reach out to him. How would you encourage us to just reach out and what kind of steps would you take to like say, just do it? How would I go about reaching someone? If could you give us some advice on that? How would you do it?
First of all, I pray about everything. So I pray and I
Yeah.
ask God to help me, show me what it is, who it is I need to be able to reach out to, because it's a lot of times it's family that you haven't spoken to,
Mhm.
or maybe a person, or maybe a coworker, maybe a friend that hey, this person here, I need to probably reach out to them. So I pray about it, ask God to give me the words to say to that person, and ask that they receive that, and be genuine. So I would even start if I have the
Yeah.
telephone number. reach out through a text message. Just text them and say, hey, I was thinking about you. I'm praying for you. I'm wishing you, sending you love and prayers. And I look forward to hearing from you or speaking to you soon. Hope everything is going well with you or your family. Just something to be, genuine, just to say, well, hey, I'm thinking about you during this
Yes.
time of the year, or just, I'm just thinking about you. Hey, you've been on my mind. You could do a text. Some people like text, some people don't like talking on the telephone. And
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
first step, if you have the telephone number, is to text. But if you feel comfortable calling that person, you may get their voicemail. You may want to leave a message, and then you may not leave a message, or you can text them, say, "Hey, I was just trying to reach out to you. I'm thinking about you. I love you. I love you." Goes a long, long way. But you
Yes.
have to be
Yeah.
genuine about it. That's what I say. Always be
Yeah.
genuine. Let God lead you and inspire you if you're going through that. And I know many families are going through,
Yeah.
and we have to be able to. It's easier said than done, but forgive. Sometimes you've been
Yes.
betrayed. You can't
Exactly.
whatever, but you have to ask God to help you with that, because only He can help you get past that. But I would start out with a text. Many people on Facebook, social media, I would even, if they have Messenger, I would even inbox them. If you don't have a telephone number, you can quickly go to your inbox messenger. If you're friends or whatever, even if you're not friends, you still can send a message, to them, just letting them know, hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. That would be one of the first steps that I would take. But the first thing I would do,
Yeah.
pray about it, because everybody is not going to receive that. They may still be
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear from you, and you have to respect that, or let them be able to talk or whatever in their own time. And you can't force yourself on anybody. And I don't ever try to force
Mm.
myself on anyone, but I would definitely, encourage to kind of reach out, because you don't know, the next second is not promised.
Exactly.
You know,
That's
I
right.
always live my life with, I don't want any regrets. I've had that happen before. I should have reached out to this person. Next thing you get this news that something has happened, and you can't reach out to that
Yes.
person. You can't talk to them, anymore. It's too late for I'm sorry,
Yeah.
and sometimes people
Yes.
don't want to be the bigger person, um, but certain things has done, and I understand that because I've been through that, but you have to sometimes just say, hey, we got to move forward. It's like I say, it's easier said than done, but just
Yes, it
do that
is.
first step to be able to just, hey, acknowledge that, hey, I'm thinking about you. I love you. Hope to talk to you soon, or hope to see you soon, you know, and like I
Mhm.
say, pray about it.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and that's a good points, because with me, I was gonna say too, we got to let things go, because it's a reason why we stopped speaking in the first place. And sometimes we just gotta let things go. Sometimes we don't even remember why we got so mad at the person. Anyway, you be like, "Well, dog, what am I mad about?"
Mhm,
I saw the other morning, I was looking at the Jamie Foxx show. It's old, but I like to look at reruns on
mhm,
it. And it was Jamie Foxx had it was one of the guy's friend that came onto the show, and they was mad for
mhm,
years at each other. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to see him," and different things like that. And then um it was somebody in the middle of it that caused them to stop speaking to each other, and it was just a big
it's
misunderstanding. A lot of times, communication is what will bring us together. Sometimes we just gotta let things go. Be the bigger person, like you say. Apologize. Okay, if that's what you think, I'm sorry. Because a lot of times we as people can't see the things that we do wrong. You might think you just stepped on that person's toe, but you didn't know they just had surgery on it,
right.
and you didn't mean to, and some people say she stepped on my toe. She didn't mean I might have didn't know I stepped on your toe.
Mhm,
And I would say, even if you don't know why somebody is mad with you, I would still reach out and say, I love you. Hey, how you doing? I missed our union. I miss talking to you. I miss reaching out to you. Because with that holiday season, it's a lot of joy. And sometimes, like you said earlier, it's a lot of sadness. And I think a lot of that sadness is because we be so detached from people throughout the year. And then when that time when you see everybody got their families around and everybody smiling and eating dinner and stuff, and sometimes we may be by ourselves or whatever. I think you should reach out and just, forget the past with the negativity and just, even if that person don't apologize to you, forgive, and maybe you might have to, just let it go because we have that stress in us that cause us to get sick and cause us to be agitated with things and stuff and cause us to be depressed. No, we have to let those things go because life is too short and God bless us to live, and we should take every day as the last. We got to heal ourselves, and that's
Yeah.
what I feel in my spirit, healing this
Mm,
season. We just have to heal, everything. Let things go, the stress, the what we going through. Let things go. Let God handle things. We try to handle things ourselves
mm,
all the time. But if we let go and let God and then do our part too, we have to, it's the part we always got to do because we can't just say, she's not speaking to me and we know we curse somebody out for them not to be speaking to us
right.
and just say, that it's going to be okay. We have to do things too. We might have to call somebody and
Mhm.
apologize. Yeah, I was upset. I shouldn't have been like that. I apologize to you. Reaching out, that's so important. Even if they don't want to hear your voice, I still would say, I love
Mhm.
you, but that was a major thing. Everything that you said was so wonderful. And I can agree with everything that you said because a lot of times, even I have during the Christmas season, I was sad a couple of times because I didn't always have my family around. I was always kind of detached, not because I wasn't speaking, but because I was on a whole different um plane for as religion. A lot of my family don't believe like I believe and they did different things. So I was kind of detached from them. Not that I didn't love them. I loved when I saw them and was with them, but my calling was somewhere else. So I would be most of the time in ministry, doing this, doing that, and I didn't see my family a lot. And so I had to a lot of times say I had to just put aside those times because they thought maybe I didn't love them or I was mad or upset, but it wasn't that. It's just that my life was in another, I was in another season at that time. But I called them and let them know that, I love you, I want to be with you, can't wait to see you and stuff. And a lot of times because of people not hearing from you, that's where a lot of misunderstandings come in too. A lot of people like, you ain't called me in 12 months. The phone worked both ways
That
though. But a lot of times people don't see that. And you just gotta okay, I'll try to call more. That's what I tell my
that
family. I'll
co
try to call more. I don't make no promises because I'm working a full-time job. I'm doing this in ministry and different things I'm trying to do, but I'll try to do better. That's we all my pastor used to say we all got some do better in us.
that's cool.
So we'll do better for the holiday season, not just the holiday season. From then on, you talk about the stressing and stuff like that, and life in general. Life in general can be stressful, but always there's a light at every end of every tunnel. There's always a light. There's always something to look forward to. There's always something to be happy about because we should know this too shall pass.
Amen. I totally agree with that as well. Sometimes we feel like, well, this person not reaching out to me, and
Mhm.
and what they like to say, which I don't like saying, life be life. And days
Yes,
going
yes.
by, the night so quickly. By the time the end of the day come, I'm like, okay, I didn't do this, or I have good intentions of reaching out to this person, and hey, it's gotten too late. Then you put it off that day because you done been so busy. The next day come the same thing. And I don't know about y'all or you, but this past week, it's just been like it was. What really the past few months just like it's just flying by. Like the day stops. Then
Exactly.
you have attention to this. Before you know it, it's nighttime. It's time to, get some sleep. That's another thing I want to talk about too. We have to be able to get adequate enough sleep. Some people don't believe they're
Yes.
resting. You see all these people up talking about, I used to be a night hawker, but I had to
Mhm.
learn that, hey, I got to go to sleep. I got to rest. It's okay to
Yeah.
have your
Yeah.
business. It's okay to hustle. Like people like to say hustle. And if I'm sleeping, I ain't working. Okay, but your body gonna let you know that you need to get some rest and get you some sleep. You have
Exactly.
to take the
Yes.
time to get the adequate rest. It's the holiday season, whether it's holiday season or not. You got to be able to get adequate rest,
Yes.
adequate sleep, or your body's going to
Yes.
let you know that. You don't want to shut
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
and then you find yourself. I remember, with my children, years ago, I mean, I had to catch every Black Friday sale. I had to be up all day long, and I said, I'm not gonna take all the time to be rapping and all this other stuff. But I'm up all day long rapping. I'm running this place, that place, and trying to get this and all of that, not resting. And I think back and I reflect on the years that I spent during this time of the year. I was so stressed out. Don't let yourself be so overwhelmed that you cannot get you some sleep. I don't,
Yes.
regardless of what it is, your body needs the rest. And as the older you get, you will understand that, hey, it's important that we sleep. We're not weak, we're not
Yeah.
lazy because we need to, lay down and get some rest.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
have to sleep.
That's
Take
right.
that time for our body to rest in a quiet place.
Yes.
And so that's another thing I want to talk about. Another tip in the hustle and the
Yeah.
bustle of holiday
Yes.
season, take time to get you some sleep, take time to rest, and also want to add, take time to pray. They say, if you're a believer,
Yeah.
take time to pray. Make sure that be the first priority. Ask God to lead you, show you, guide you, direct you, and what it is you need. But we know we've got to pray, and we know we need to also sleep. So we're going to be
Yes.
overwhelmed during this holiday season because we're coming into the new year. And we want to be fresh.
Yeah.
We want to be rejuvenated. We want to reset ourselves and our minds to start anew. Not even going
Yes.
into resolutions and all that. It's not even about resolutions. It's about set
Hmm.
realistic goals, one step at a time, something that you can accomplish. Set your goal. And sometimes we start these
Yeah.
New Year's resolutions, and by the first month, it's done. It might even be a month. We say we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And here it is, that first couple of weeks or whatever, hey, it's out the window. The whole year done gone by because you done set this resolution that you weren't gonna keep in the very beginning.
Yes.
We have
Yes.
to think about all of that and train our mind.
Yeah.
I guess always go back to mentally prepare ourselves, because you ain't gonna be in no
Yeah.
diet all year. I'm not gonna do this. But you're not gonna do the work and put the work in, because you're gonna stop New Year
Yes.
Papa John's and all that other stuff that we eat, the pies, the sweets that we said we're not gonna do. If
Yes.
we start the year out, go from Christmas, we done went from Thanksgiving, then we go to Christmas, and then we at the New Year, we start out eating wrong. I'm gonna stop the next week, the following week. I'm gonna just
Yes.
train your mind, let yourself know that, hey, it's about a lifestyle change. Go ahead and prepare yourself.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat balanced meals. We're gonna do, if we can. Some people are not able to exercise due to physical limitations, but do what you can and do what's gonna work best for you. Don't put all these unrealistic expectations on yourself, and then when you fail, because, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, you stop everything that you've been trying to do. Good
Hmm.
is, I'll go back to be kind to yourself. Show yourself grace. God shows us grace. So
That's
don't
right.
set yourself up for failure.
That's
Set
right.
yourself up to say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, or whatever. Just try and do the best that you can. I like to journal, write down, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to accomplish. God, help me to be able to do this. Help me to be able to do that so I can change for the better. If I want to improve my health, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna improve my health. I'm gonna make some changes, small changes. I'm gonna start small.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna start real big and go way out there and say I ain't gonna eat this. I ain't gonna eat that. No sweets. Don't. It's best not to um to do that when it comes down to starving yourself, and it just makes small changes when it comes down to eating healthier.
Yeah.
Just say, I'm gonna eat healthier this year. I'm gonna eat a balanced meal. I'm gonna try to increase my water intake. I'm gonna do what I can to improve my health. Cause that's so important.
Yeah.
The food that we eat is so important when it comes down to our health. Just make a few
That's
small
right.
changes. When you start with the small changes, or even just as little as, I'm not drinking soda. Okay. I did that. I did it for years, but I said, you know what? I'm depriving myself. If I want a little glass of soda sometime, I'm like, let me get that little glass of soda. Because guess what? When you don't do it, you overindulge. You overdo.
Yeah.
So you
Mhm.
make the small changes, and then it turns, it becomes a lifestyle. You look like me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
used to be where if I messed up for lunch, breakfast, and lunch, or whatever, I ate the wrong things, or I'm the whole day gone. You can't look at it like that.
yeah.
At one step. Like I said, one step at a time. I say one moment at a time. Do better.
That's right.
You know.
Right.
I just,
That's right.
I just think this holiday season. I'm just thankful. I'm just grateful because last year this time I was in a hospital. I had just got out.
Amen.
But so I'm just thankful and grateful. And I'm gonna
That's right.
take it one moment at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time
One
as it comes, because life is unpredictable. And so we
Yes,
have to train ourselves and be mindful of that. Everything is not gonna go your way. Unexpected things are gonna happen. And we have to be able to prepare ourselves and mentally. And then if we don't, at least know who we can reach out to for support. I always say, have somebody that you can reach out to be able to support. And I want to add just one little other thing. We got to be able to protect our peace and have boundaries. This holiday season, we have to protect our peace. And know what's right for us. And if something is not, right for us, we have to be able to even let that go. Because certain things that we think may be good for us, it may not be good for us. And it's weighing and on our bodies, it's weighing on our minds, our thoughts. Check your heart, pray about it, and things that is not causing you, bringing you peace, and it's more toxic, anything like that. Learn to release those things. Let those things go during this season, and we can't go on into, like I said, go into the new year with things that's interrupting and disturbing our peace. So we have to have peace. I always say protect my peace at all times. My peace is priceless. So things that I've gone in that past years, I'm praying about it. I'm journaling about it. I'm writing about it, asking God to help me with it. But I'm going to protect my peace at all costs. And that's what's going to keep me from being so stressed out and so overwhelmed. I'm checking my heart, and I'm doing the right thing that I need to do, but I'm going to protect my peace. And I encourage everyone else that's listening to do the same. Please. As your peace is so important. It's important to set boundaries. It's important not to let people take advantage of you, because you got a lot of people that take. And we have to be able to give. If that person is always taking from you and depleting from you, we have to be able to let that go, because that's called stress. That will stress you more than some of the other things. Being financially stressed, people will stress you. We have to be able to protect our peace this holiday season, and in the new year. Learn to protect your peace, protect your energy, protect your peace. Ask God to help you with that. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from a woman's soul restored with Latonia, Tamara, and Patricia. Till next time.